The first, and perhaps the most important, is access. We've got unparalleled collections here, but of course not everybody is in easy reach of our reading rooms and exhibition galleries here in London. So by digitising material and putting it on the web, people around the world have access to it. There's also discoverability. If you think what it would be like to look at, if you're a family historian, you want to find reference to somebody in your family across newspapers, we've digitised around 3 million pages of our 19th century British newspapers. It's going to take you a long time to do that by leafing through them, but by searching a digitised version of the files, you can find those names very quickly. And finally, there's an element of preservation. Books and manuscripts are made with organic materials. It doesn't matter how well you look after them, how perfect the humidity and temperature, over time they're going to start decaying in the same way that human beings do. So by digitising them, you've got something that's not going to decay. All you've got to think about is making sure that your files don't get corrupted and that you continue to migrate to other platforms of software that allow you to be able to read the material in the way it was intended.
I think that what's happened with the digital and digitisation revolution over the past however many years, 10, 15 years, is probably the biggest advance and the biggest leap forward of the past 100 years or so. I think we're safe to say that, because what it does is it really just unleashes the power of the material which otherwise would be buried.
It's really a compilation of his musings around things, everything from weights and balances to optics to the study of the moon, and it's one of the most significant treasures in the British Library. Drag your finger from the right to the left and it will turn the page for you. Leonardo's Codex is the first book that we're putting up there, and it essentially allows you to view the whole manuscript from cover to cover, all 570 pages. And of course, it's the experience is much more immersive than if you had it sitting even in front of you. And so, as well as being able to zoom in and look at the imagery and the sketches in a lot of detail, it also allows us to do things like offer translation of the ancient Italian, and Leonardo also wrote in mirrored text, and it allows us to do things like flip it around.
No one's requested a hard copy of it yet. But it does actually say, yes, he refers to the very favourable reception of his previous work, A Lump of Coal.